are you looking at? You're not a shade, are you? Oh, you're just here for Hi There Smiley's makeup tutorial? Well, alright then, you can stay. Just don't get in the way. Hey, what's up? I'm Hi There Smiley. Today I'm going to show you how I do my makeup for Kainé from NieR and NieR Replicant. Okay, so I'm just going to get started.
She says, let's get started, then dribbles on and on about contact lenses.
Why? Shut up!
I gotta shut the fuck up.
And actually do makeup.
To start the actual makeup, I apply primer all over the face. Lately, I've been using a tacky primer for everyday makeup, so that's what I ended up grabbing for today's makeup. Color correcting. This day I had particularly dark eye bags from late night prepping my mini set for this video, so I needed a peachish, coralish color corrector to cancel out some of the darkness of my under eyes. I also apply it to some acne scarring and areas of hyperpigmentation. I blend it out with a cushion sponge. I use a warm tone concealer that is a little too yellow for my skin tone as a regular concealer, and use that to color correct areas that are also hyperpigmented, such as under my mouth, near my chin, and on my forehead. Concealer. I dab a concealer that is closer to my skin tone but a few shades lighter all over the areas I applied color corrector and over any additional blemishes. The last several weeks or a couple of months, I've had more breakouts than usual, so I had several spots I wanted to give extra attention to, but I also didn't want to go too heavy with the concealer since the foundation is also quite full coverage. I left briefly to trim my eyebrow tails over a sink and brought back a standing mirror. I actually prefer to start my eyebrows before foundation so that the foundation can clean up any rough edges and help reshape them if necessary. I started with a soft brown or taupe eyebrow pencil, but it was practically empty, so I actually switched to a lighter brown eyeliner pencil. We used the pencil to define the shape, then an eyeshadow to set the pencil with an angled brush the actual color of the brows.
This is an old palette, but like when the silver broke a long time ago, but it's like my best silver to fill in eyebrows. Got some other like cheap, nearly singles. This is silver I really like for eyes.
But it's too shimmery. It's like too good, so it's too shimmery for eyebrows.
A little bit of the silver, a little bit of the white.
I found the trick to white or silver-haired character eyebrows is the silver eyeshadow to kind of buff out an eyebrow pencil product. But you want the silver eyeshadow to have a metallic sheen with a satin finish rather than a glittery, sparkly finish. The silver will bounce the light, but we want that in the shape of the brow rather than a million little specks.
I'm gonna try some of this silver, kind of running low on the other stuff.
I remember it was kind of patchy, not very good. It's an eyeshadow.
Okay, that's actually not so bad as an eyebrow powder.
Use small strokes and a patting motion to fill the brow in with the silver eyeshadow, kind of packing the color over the shape made with the pencil.
Want kind of like a downward angle with a pronounced arch. I don't think they look too bad this time, but I'm not totally satisfied with the shape or the color, but it's gonna have to do for right now. I might touch up the eyebrows again later, and after we do the base, maybe
Foundation.
2 pumps of this. Probably didn't need 2 whole pumps actually, since I'm not gonna go down my neck, because that's...
Yeah.
I apply a full coverage liquid foundation with a flat edge spatula.
And I have bangs, so I don't even need the forehead, so yeah, that was probably way too much, but usually I put too little and need to go back for more later.
And blend with a cushion sponge.
I'll still go to like my jaw. I'm just not gonna bring it all the way down, right to the underside, so you can't really see the line of demarcation.
Here I was hoping I was blending enough, not leaving the foundation too patchy, but a cushion sponge applicator always blends liquid foundations out really nicely, even foundations with pretty different consistencies and coverages, especially with a smooth spatula application beforehand.
I can't remember which side the bangs part, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of the sides of the forehead and maybe a little under my brow bone. Oops, that was too much. I tried to scrape it away and I added more.
The whole point of using a flat spatula applicator to apply your foundation is specifically for a broad, even application to the whole surface of your face.
Your eyebrows to make you look perpetually displeased.
So I gotta tell you, I've honestly been kind of on autopilot for all the makeup thus far. I kind of don't look like I know what I'm doing, but hopefully you kind of get some of the steps I'm trying to show.
Just a little bit extra under my eyes.
That really didn't help. It's fine, maybe? Question mark?
Some contour. We're gonna take this carving brush and just make a parallelogram. And then under the jaw.
Contouring is kind of personal to your face shape and bone structure, but we're doing basic general face slimming and bringing back dimension lost from foundation.
Take a little bit of the warmer shade and just right along the temple. And then connect that to the parallelogram. The sides of the forehead to the temple, that parallelogram. My fluffiest eyeshadow brush in the cool shade, this one. I'm gonna do my nose contour, just do from up here at the brow bone, straight down to the nostril. And blend that up into the brow bone area. And blend that. If I need to, I can pinch to really concentrate the shape. Finish contour by just pinching and like drawing the arrow. Tip of the nose. I don't go across, I don't make a bubble, just the straight down, and then sometimes I go underneath. Okay, and blush. I'm using like this. This is a little bit warm and saturated and shimmery for this cosplay, not really. I would use more matter and a little bit cooler toned blush than this, I think. And do it right on the underside of the apples, kind of right above your contour. Should accentuate your contour. Kind of give that snatch, like permanently pursed kind of look. And then a little bit at the tip of the nose. The excess can go on your chin, just to bring some color back into the face. But I think all the current blushes I have right now are a little bit too warm, and that was like one of the least warm blushes I have. I'm gonna do some powder. We're gonna use one of these puffs. I'm gonna set my lines in this area that I kind of consider like the crusty dog tear area, you know, right next to the nose, but not like up onto the nose.
Apply pressed powder using a puff to the areas prone to oil increasing.
Dust off any excess. Even like roll some on under the eye. And then eyebrow. Just because we used a lot of eyeshadow and eye products, and not really eyebrow products on the eyebrow. So I think it makes slip and slide. For highlight, I'm going to use this. Very pretty, very shimmery, just the highlights. And kind of curve up.
I love using this highlighter for kind of ethereal characters, and the purple will also match with what we have in store for the eyes later.
Here. And then for my nose, I'm going to use this until it's absolutely empty.
I always use this light champagne color.
Up and down on the bridge.
Just like contour, I don't really focus at the tip of my nose.
I forgot for this cosplay, we gotta think about the chest area.
Contouring and highlighting your chest or shoulders can really tie together your whole makeup look, especially on camera.
All day at a convention, maybe I would like put like foundation makeup and maybe even primer around here, but I'm just doing this today, so I don't really need to do all that. And I have this like highlight shade here I can use on the collarbone.
For the sake of the video, I didn't want to spend too much time on my shoulders, but I thought I should mention it because it's something I don't often do. Could be easily forgotten as an option.
You can blush down the chest a little bit too, but I don't think that's necessary for today. Now the base done, we should move on to eyes.
First, prime the lids. Concealer shall suffice as an eyeshadow primer, I suppose. Yeah, aka I forgot to buy eyeshadow primer again.
Brown color, one of these two, probably this one.
I start with a dusty brown eyeshadow with silvery specks all over the lid. Different eyeshadow primers can help your eyeshadow grip your lids better. Since I primed with just concealer, I should have supplemented the look with more dark brown to define areas such as the outer corner below the crease, but the shimmery brown does stand on its own pretty well.
Now, use kind of a dull nude blush pink. So something like this, maybe something like this. Crease and under the lower lash line.
I'm keeping the blush shade focused near the crease and under the eye, blending it so it looks diffused without overextending the shape with the color. I was debating between a warmer and cooler blush color. Kind of depends on your skin tone. Doesn't really matter that much. It's just to give your eyes a pop of color amid the dark and grungy brown eyeshadow. If it starts to get too big,
Use a clean brush. Just blend it out. This one was better, but I want to make it symmetrical, so I gotta ruin this side a little.
We don't really want the color to overpower the kind of dull and grunge effect.
Touch up where I might have eroded the edges a little. Blend it back in to the crease.
I probably should have supplemented with some darker brown here in the crease and outer corners, but at this stage everything was looking still well defined.
We just want a hint of the pink, not have the pink overpower. Okay. I've only done like full Kainé makeup 2 or 3 times, including right now. It was the first time that I did it, like when I went all out on my Kainé cosplay, where I really like that makeup and I'm trying to recreate that. And I like zoomed in really close to my old photos to see.
But I can't remember.
I just have not been able to recreate that first really good Kainé makeup yet so far.
Okay, what am I doing? I'm like digging through all these products when I need
Highlight.
purple.
One makeup trick I love to do is choosing a lower lash eyeliner that either matches or complements the colors of my
And
irises.
purple's pretty good for gray eyes in my opinion, but also gold eyes because, you know, yellow and purple are opposites, so oftentimes I do the same color to enhance the iris color, but doing purple really makes the gold pop in a contrasting way. But I am going to do like a champagne gold in the waterline and near the Eggo
A
cell.
light-colored eyeliner in the waterline is a popular trick often used to make your eyes appear larger, and it really helps to brighten the eyes, especially when tiredness is seeping right through you.
I need to sharpen this, but I left my sharpener in the other room.
And to highlight my inner corners,
The champagne color and maybe a smidge of the gold, not too much.
shimmery rosé champagne eyeshadow and a little gold to highlight my Eggo cell.
I just totally forgot to do tightline. Before I do the inner corners, I gotta do tightline. I'm just gonna use black.
I tightline my upper lash line with regular black gel pencil liner. For the wing, I use a liquid eyeliner with a brush tip.
Use the same ones in black and brown.
I use the lower lash line as a guide for the angle. For balanced wings, look into the mirror head on and hold your tools at the same angle.
I think I did this one so crazy.
I was aiming for a smooth and balanced S-curve, but sometimes the eyeliner has a mind of its own.
Like really shot up there somehow.
I've been doing a lot of straight liner for my out of cosplay makeup, so I may have over exaggerated the angle I was aiming for in an attempt to overcorrect what I've been used to doing lately. I do some touch-ups along the lid to get a semblance of that perfect S-curve.
Didn't realize the black was running out. I would have done brown instead.
This eyeliner was also kind of running low and dry, which was making it a little bit difficult to maneuver and control.
Maybe I shouldn't worry too much because it might get covered up by a lash anyway. I think this one's too long. Brown.
I use a very light hand to touch up the wing on each side to get it at least passably symmetrical.
Maybe it matches a little bit. Okay, going back to the inner corner highlighting. I use this champagne. I'm gonna go back to this one and use a little.
I copy the previous inner corner combo to the space between the eyes. Then, I use a pearly white shimmery eyeshadow. Be careful not to go too large. Going too high runs the risk of overpowering the dull darkness of the rest of the eye makeup.
Using extra on the Eggo cell. And then this dark brown.
I smoke out some of that bottom purple eyeliner with a little bit of dark brown eyeshadow.
And that's it for the eyes. Lashes.
So I put the lashes on. And I did it relatively quickly, but they still look kind of wonky. The lashes themselves are kind of wonky. I think these were some that I like cleaned and reused, but like they'd been shoved in a container for a long time. Even with washing and cleaning, they like came out deformed. And I'm gonna go back in with some of the purple.
I adjusted my lower lash line makeup to balance with the top heaviness of the lashes.
And we're gonna do my lip combo for Kainé lips. We're going to overline the bottom and sharp peaks at the cupid's bow.
I often like gradient colors for my lips, but for this look, I start with a clean and defined brown lip liner, overlining just the lower lip to round out the bow shape I have. This gives the lips a permanent pouty and pursed shape. I think this lip combo really ties everything up to make this look Kainé. I fill in with a nude brown tinted lip stain, but I thought I accidentally grabbed the wrong tint because by the end of the day, I was thinking the lips looked a little bit brighter than usual, or maybe I was supposed to skip the tint altogether. I don't know.
Use that kind of just to prime and moisturize. The real baby is this one.
Finally, I apply a brownish pink chocolate color lipstick.
Choco milk. And it does smell like chocolate.
This isn't really a matte lipstick, but I would avoid using a gloss for this character because of the hairstyle with the long pieces at the
It
front.
gives that kind of pouty, like permanently pursed lip look. If I lost some definition, just take it. that's the makeup. Oh, one more thing. Let's do some mascara.
I didn't even bring my eyelash curler out here. It's fine. I was in costume and wig.
Okay, so I put in gray lenses and now I'm gonna put on the wig. Get over here. Base wig is like super cheap and like doesn't fit very well.
Here we go. I just need. What the heavy? Okay.
And I got my finishing touch.
And here's my finished Kainé cosplay. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my Lunar Tier DIY craft tutorial, which I've linked at the end and in the description.
When you try to do like a little hair flick and the wig hairs come out in your hand.
Okay, and now I'm gonna change into the gold lenses. These lenses are more yellowish, almost greenish looking, yellow-green looking over brown eyes. Usually I like a warmer, browner tinted gold color for Kainé. Thank you so much for watching my Kainé makeup tutorial. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Now, if you'd like to see any more NieR Replicant, NieR Automata, and all the like, then you better subscribe. Otherwise, what the hell are you doing here, making it here to the end anyway? And you haven't even subscribed yet?
For more photos and short videos, you can follow my TikTok and Instagram. On this channel, I'll be posting a makeup tutorial for 2B, which has some similar elements as this makeup. I'll also be doing a full cosplay rundown video, taking a look at how I made both my Kainé and Yorha 2B cosplays, as well as my prop swords for each character.
I'm Hi There Smiley, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!